Okay, we're going to use this payroll template for the rest of the class. So we're going to save this one like we did our T accounts. We're going to save it as the template, and then every time we open one up, we want to save it as something else. So therefore we don't mess up our template. We're going to kind of go through this in steps. We're going to first put in the employees, and then along the top, we're going to put in quite a few columns of different items we're going to need in our payroll template. So the first thing to start us out, just up here, we can, what I want to do first though, before we even do anything, let's go ahead and make the sheet accounting. So let's click on the entire sheet, right click, and then hit format cells. Then click accounting. And let's go ahead and leave it as 2 decimal places. And I'm going to make the symbol none. You don't need to have a $sign after all of the numbers. All right, so we're going to have up here in our first column the name of the employees, and we're typically going to have 3 employees per we're going to either have 2 or 3 per example that we do in class. So I'm just going to put in generic placeholders, and then we'll go in and change these names as needed. Anything that I'm going to be changing as needed, I'm going to go ahead and highlight these in yellow. Anything that's not in yellow is basically formula based, and you should never have to change those cells. Anything in yellow we will want to change as we go through different examples. All right, for this first column here, I simply want to put if they are married. So I'm going to put, I want to know, and it's going to be important when we get to federal income taxes. I want to know their marital status. So I'm just going to put married, and we're going to put yes or no. That's going to be pretty simple. Or you can just put M or S, married or single. Before we would have also put allowances here, but with our new W-4 that's out, you don't have to have allowances anymore. So we just need to know if they're married or not. Now, these next 4 columns, these are going to represent our prior wages. Because as you have seen before, we need to know how much money we have already earned in order to see if we've hit any caps. Now you think, well, why do we need 4? Well, we need 4 because there's going to be 4 different categories of potential caps. Our first one is just going to be our year-to-date gross wages. So gross is their total wages without any taxes being taken out yet. Now, you can see that this one kind of bleeds over into the next column. Well, I don't want it to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this entire row. And then anything in this row, I want it to wrap. And what you do is you click on, go up here, and if your screen is big enough, if you're not, you may need to expand it out a little bit. And then click on this wrap button, this wrap text, and it's going to list. Now, instead of having it go all the way across, it's going to list it going up and down. It's going to wrap it for how big you have that column. So we're going to have year-to-date gross wages. Then we're going to have year-to-date federal, we'll just call it federal wages, because it gets to be kind of long if I put in taxable. Year-to-date Social Security wages, and year-to-date Medicare wages. So we have 4 different columns of prior wages. We'll begin to fill in these here in just a little bit, but for right now, we're going to leave them blank. Now I'm going to put in a little spacer here. So maybe I bring this cell, maybe bring this column back just a little bit, just to, so it's not as big. We don't need it to be huge, but I do like to have a little gap there. And then here for the next 4 column, we're going to put in our current wages. We're going to first put in our gross wages. gross wages, we'll put, let's put current. So we know that that is today's gross wages. Current gross wage. And then I'm going to put current Fed wages. And I'm going to put current Social Security wages and current Medicare wages. You'll see why as we get further into the class, why we have to separate these out. And especially we'll even get into it next week. Next week, we're going to see that sometimes part of your wages aren't taxed. If you have money withheld for something like medical premiums, that's part of your gross wage, but you're not taxed on that piece that was removed from your wages and threw in to pay for medical premiums. So that's why there's certain items here that could potentially all have different wages. So that's why we have different columns. All right, now we're going to have another spacer. Maybe make it a little smaller. And now we're going to list all of our taxes that can be paid for by the employee. So we're just going to list the 5 in our normal order that we're used to. So we've got our Social Security tax. Then remember the next one is our Medicare tax. And we could even put Social Security tax. Let's go ahead and put payable, and you'll see why in just a minute when we put in our journal entries. Medicare tax payable. Federal income tax payable. State income tax payable. And then the last tax that we have, remember we have our county tax, county income tax payable. So these are the 5 primary taxes that we're going to have per employee. Now out here, we're going to list a few of the other items that are also pretty common to have taken out of employees' checks. So let's put in here, just so we can remember what it is, easy, 401k payable. So this is if the employee has money taken out for retirement. Perhaps they have medical insurance premiums payable. Maybe I'm going to make this, I don't want it to be too big. Medical insurance, we're going to abbreviate premium payable. There we go. Let's put FSA or HSA payable. And Excel thinks that maybe I misspelled it, but I didn't. It's HSA, not HAS. And then let's put in one more category. Let's put in other. This is one that will change the name, but there's sometimes somebody will have a garnishment. Sometimes somebody will have a charity donation to United Way. So we can call this whatever category we want to call it at some point. So in this other, I'm going to make this a yellow, knowing that I'm going to have to change it depending on the employee. Now our last category, after all of these withholdings, this is what we have as our net pay. What did the employee actually get paid, or will they get paid coming up? All right, now let's start filling in a few of all these boxes. So down here, I want to, below my third employee, I want to put total, because we're going to total out a lot of these columns. And then I'm going to have a line. I like to make things look neat. So I'm going to highlight row 4. And then I'm going to come up here to this little box, and I'm going to put the one on the bottom border. It's the one by default anyway. So you can just click on that box there. And it's going to draw me a nice line here to separate out my employees and then the total. The item that we're going to fill in within all of these, so yeah, we're going to have to fill in this if they're married or single. So that's going to still be yellow. But everything else, out of all 8 of these items, only one of them we're going to have as yellow. That's going to be this one. This is where we're going to put in how much money they earned this pay. Then down here, I'm going to I like to have some different colors thrown in to kind of have some barriers. So I'm going to just make it green. And down here, I'm going to have I'm going to have this cell, and it's going to be yellow. And I'm going to put here, how many prior pays do we have? So the number of prior pays, let's say I'm in my 35th payroll and I'm paying everybody weekly. So over here, I would put 34 as my prior pays. And why that's going to make a difference then is when I come over here to do gross wages, now that I'm ready to start formatting some of my cells, all I need to do is take, as long as their wages haven't changed, and for most of our examples, we're going to assume that they haven't, we're going to take gross wages for this time and then multiply it by the number of previous pays. And then the only other thing I want to do is I want to put in some absolute values or some dollar signs on this cell here. Because when you're going to see in a second, I'm going to drag down so I don't have to do this formula 3 different times. But when I put those dollar signs in, it tells Excel, always use this cell. Don't move it. Now over here, I don't want it to always use this cell. When I drag down for employee 2, I want it to come down to employee 2's current wages. And if I don't put dollar signs in, it'll do that. So watch this. So if I come over here and I click on this, and then I click on this little square down here in the bottom corner, and then I pull down to employees 2 and 3, and then I click on their cells, it's now going to say, okay, H3 current wages, and it's still going to reference this cell. It's not going to come down here to cell C7. If I didn't have those dollar signs in, this would have been C7, just like how this guy came down. And then this one, it's going to come down one more, and it's still going to reference my 34 prior pays. So let's just put in some easy numbers and make sure it's working all right. Let's say that our current wages is for employee 1 was $600. And so I want to make this category a little bit bigger so I don't have those dollar signs. Let's say this employee made 700 and this employee made 800. So it's telling me what their prior gross wages are up to this point. And all I'd have to do is if I said, now this is the fourth pay this period, instead of going back and recalculating all this, all I need to do is say, oh, this is my fourth pay, and these are what we've made so far. So we're nowhere near like the Feud of Cap yet. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here and we're going to do the Fed current wages. Now this is kind of us skipping ahead in the semester, but we're going to go ahead and do it right now just so our template is up to date so we don't have to go in and mess with our template later. Federal taxable wages, it's always going to be your current wages, but then we're going to subtract these 3 things. These 3 things, if we have them taken out of our paycheck, do not get taxed for federal taxable purposes. Now that's kind of getting out of scope yet for right now, but this is just for our template that we're updating this. These 3 things are not taxed for federal taxable purposes. Now to to see if I put this in right, well, let's go ahead and what I want to do is, instead of having to do that for the next 2 employees, note I didn't have to put any dollar signs. All I want to do is click on this little box here, bring it down, and then it's going to have the same formula just down a row. Sure. Amy said here, can you repeat what formula we use for the year-to-date gross wages? Okay, so gross wages, we're going to take our current wages, what we're making right now, and then we're going to multiply that by our number of prior pays. And our number of prior pays, we want to put those in dollar signs, also known in Excel as absolute value. And it's going to always stick to that cell. And then if I put it in right, and then I come and I click on this cell and I click on that little square and I drag it down, it'll update and auto-populate for the other 2. Now, to see if we did the current wages correctly. So again, here's the current wages. We took this, our current wages. We always revert back to what we had put in. Take our current wages and subtract the 3 things that get taken out of your paycheck potentially, and you're not taxed on it. So that's a good thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and let's put in some amounts. Let's say we had $40 taken out for retirement. We had $80 taken out for medical premiums. In FSA, let's say it was 25. So now you can see that there's a big difference between my gross wage and what's going to actually be taxable for federal purposes. So when we go and actually start calculating federal taxes to see how much they owe, and when we get to week 4, we're going to use this number, not this number. So that's going to be a lot lower to be taxed on. So that's a good thing. Let's put in a few other numbers for the other employees just so they have something too. Let's put in I'm just going to make up some numbers. It doesn't really matter. Let's put in 60, 70, and maybe 30. And then let's put in, for this high wage earner, we'll put in 70. His medical premiums are also 80. And maybe his FSA is 40. I'm just putting in numbers. You can put in whatever you want. If you want it to match mine, fine. If you don't, that's okay. I'm just making these up because we're going to take them back out here in a little while anyway. Because anything, oh, one thing I need to update. These need to be yellow. Anything in yellow, remember, needs to be entered in manually. So these amounts are going to, we need to put those in based on what the problem gives us. So you can see now over here, all of my current Fed wages are different than my gross. So now come back over here. Now I can do my year-to-date federal wages. We do the exact same steps. We take my current wages for Fed and multiply by my prior pays. And the prior pays, I want to put these into dollar signs. And once I do that, I can click on the cell, click on that little square, and drag down. So now it's I2 times C6, I3 times C6, and I4 times C6 for mine. I'm not putting these in yellow because these were all formula based. This is the only one in yellow out of these 8. All right, now for Social Security and Medicare. Social Security and Medicare are almost the same. The only time they're different is when Social Security hits a cap. So at that point, Social Security and Medicare will be different, but instead they'll always be the same if not. Well, with that being the case, Medicare never has a cap. So we're going to go ahead and do this formula, and we're going to do it. We're going to do for Medicare, and then we're going to copy back into Social Security next. So skip over to Medicare, and the only difference between Medicare and federal wages that are taxable is with Medicare, we have to leave off the retirement. We cannot take that off as a deduction. So we're still going to take our gross wage, and then we're going to subtract not the 40, but we can subtract the medical insurance and the FSA or HSA. So this number will be different. It will be a little bit higher because this one takes off the retirement. So once I have this, then I can just click on it and drag down. And here's my formula. Okay, we can come over here and do the year-to-date Medicare wages at this point. Take our current Medicare wages times by our number of prior pays. Prior pays need to be in dollar signs. And then bring it down. Now this person is, none of these guys are anywhere near the Social Security caps at this point. And when that's the case, my Social Security current wages need to then just simply equal my Medicare wages. So that's all I'm going to do is equals whatever's in the cell right next to it. And then I'm just going to drag it down. We will, every once in a while, we're going to have to go in and do a manual override here. So I'm going to put Social Security wages, and I'm going to put maybe a little star here. And in my little notes, I'm going to, actually, I want to, let's put the little star over here too on the year-to-date Social Security wages. And over here, I'm going to put check if year-to-date plus current wages is over cap. If it is, then we're going to have to do our step 1 and step 2. Step 1, that's basically what we're doing here. Step 1 is we're just checking to see if we're over the cap. Step 2 is we may need to adjust this number to get it to so we don't go over the cap. So we can go ahead and these year-to-date Social Security wages is going to be the exact same as my Medicare, but it won't ever, but we don't want it to exceed 137.7. So let's put, let's go ahead and just remind ourselves here at this point. Let's put what step 1 is. Step 1 is year-to-date plus current Social Security more than 137.7. If yes, go to step 2. If not, use full wages. You don't have to put this into your template. This is just to help remind you. Step 2, remember we take our Social Security cap minus our year-to-date Social Security wages. And that's what's going to equal, that needs to equal our current Social Security wages. That's what we're going to put up here as a manual override. So if Social Security cap is 137.7, let's say we're at 137.6. There's only a $100 difference, so we would then put $100 up here. All right, let's start filling in some of our taxes now so that they auto-populate for us. So we want to get to the point where we're doing a lot of upfront work now, but that's going to save us a whole lot of work later. And multiple duplicity, always doing the same thing over and over. We don't need to do that. Set it up once and let Excel do the work. So with the Social Security tax payable, we're going to simply say, okay, what is our current Social Security taxable wages after we subtracted out those items that aren't taxed? Take that times 0.062, because that's our Social Security rate. Easy enough. And then we're simply just going to drag down, because I want it to go down to J3 and then, or to I3 and then to I4. Nope, sorry, I was right, J3 down to J4. And that's what it's doing here. If I just drag on that little box, it goes from J2 to J3 at 0.062, then the point is still going to stay the same. So that, yeah, the formula for the current Social Security wages, there really was no formula. It's just simply whatever the current Medicare wages are. And the only time it's ever going to differ is if we have to go down here and do an override. So the formula is just simply equals this cell. And then every once in a while, when we have a high earning employee, then these guys we may have to manually override. That's why they got a little star here. Okay, let's do Medicare taxable wages. We're going to equals our Medicare wages and then multiply that by our Medicare rate, 0.0145, which is the same as saying 1.45%. Click on the cell, drag it down. Boom, done. Now, federal income tax, we're going to have to manually figure that. But for now, up until we get to week 4, I'm going to give it to you, or partially. So we're going to highlight this one as saying I'm going to need to do some kind of work with it. It's not going to be an autofill, but it's not something that I just go in and type in like the current wages, for example. So I'm going to make it in a different color. I'm going to put mine in blue. Later on, we're going to have some work down here to fill in to see what these amounts will be. Otherwise, I'm going to give you a percentage. Most of the time, I'm going to say it's a percentage, or I'm just going to give you the amount. And so you just simply need to go in and update this column with whatever I give you. Either I give you the actual amount, or I'll say 5%. And so at that point, if I do give you the 5%, we can put this in blue, and we can say this is our current Fed rate. And I'm going to merge the cell, or not merge, but wrap. And so if I do give you that, then you can just come in here and say, okay, take my Fed and then multiply it by my current Fed rate. But sometimes I won't even give you the rate. I'll just tell you the actual amount and you can just type it in. So that's why it's blue. It's not always going to be fill in, but sometimes. So my rate here, again, it was just taking the Fed wages times the percentage if I give it to you. Then just drag it down. The state, remember that rate's set. So we can, state and county are both going to always reference back to my Fed wages. So we're going to reference to whatever the Fed wages are and then multiply that by 0.0323 for 3.23%. Okay, so I'm going to drag that down. County rate, remember I have to give us that, so I'm going to put this one in yellow because this is one that I'm going to have to input on a kind of regular basis. So we'll put our county rate. I'm not sure why I put current. We don't need to have current. Just the Fed rate would be enough for that. So we're going to put in here a county rate. Let's go ahead and just put in a number just to have something in there. I probably shouldn't have done that now that I think about it, because the Fed rate, let's take it out. Just take it out. We're going to remove it. And we're going to remove every reference here. The reason is because every employee has a different rate, almost always. So let's go ahead and get these cells back green. There's nothing here. These we're going to have to pretty much manually put in, because I may say that employee 1 is 5%, employee 2 is 8%. So they're all at different rates. So it doesn't work to have one rate there. I just thought of that. But for the county, as long as all the employees live in the same county, then we can have the same county rate. And that's how we're going to do it for all of my examples. If we have multiple people, they're all going to live in the same county. So I can now do that formula that I was trying to do before. We can go over here to go current Fed wages and then times by this cell and put in the dollar signs. And simply drag down. Let's say we are in a county of 1.75. I'm just going to put in a number just so we have something to, oops, that one, this needs to be 0.0175. Now what I did, because if you leave it as 2 decimal places, it's not rounding it. It is going to use 0.0175 in your calculations, but it's going to look like it's rounding it, but it's really not. But if you want it to go ahead and show the full, then just go up here into your moving the decimals. And I want to increase it to 4 decimal places to get the entire 0.0175 to show up. All right, let's put in one more thing. Let's put in, I need to make this yellow. Let's say that one of my employees has some kind of withholding. Let's say they have like a United Way. And let's say it's the most wealthy guy, the guy that makes the most money. Let's say he has 50 bucks taken out of his check. I just want to have something in here so you can see that it's still going to be used. We're ready to now calculate our net pay. Our net pay, what we're going to do with this. Our net pay, well, we start with equals, and we're going to come over here to our current wages. How much did we actually make? And then we're going to subtract the sum of all of our withholdings. So we're going to start with Social Security and have it add together everything all the way up until the other category and including the other category. So my net pay is going to start with our current gross wage and then subtract out every one of those taxes or other withholdings. And this is how much our employee number one is going to get a check for. Compared to 600 that he grossed, he's only bringing in under 400. That's not very good. That's not a very high check. Now we can do the same thing, just drag it down to get the net pay for the other two. Now, in order to be able to do journal entries, we need to have totals. So that's what we're going to do here. And this is going to be real simple because we're going to be able to drag all the way across. All we're going to do is do it once. We're going to do equals sum and add these together. And I'll come back and delete some of those empty rows in a second. But all we want to do is just highlight this cell, grab that little square, and come over all the way through to net pay. And it's going to show everything that we have. And it's going to show all the totals. How much was taken out total for payroll or for Social Security, Medicare. And then we can make these squares just a tiny bit bigger so they don't have dollar signs. And then just to make things look a little neater, I'm going to go in and delete the totals for cells that don't have anything, in their column. Okay, so totals, simple. Just do the equals sum, parentheses, and then add up these three rows. And then simply just highlight it and bring it all the way over. I'm going to make this in bold so I can know that those are my totals and not just another employee. It'll help me more visually as well. Now, we've got one more set to do out here to the side. If you think we've got all of them, all the taxes except, we're missing unemployment. Unemployment, though, that's not part of the employee. So I don't want it to be part of their net pay calculation. I want to do the unemployment out here, out beyond. So I'm going to, this is just me. You can do this if you want. I'm going to put in kind of a, this is my stop column. Now I'm going to put in Feud of Wages. We're going to have 4 columns. We're going to have, sorry, I'm going to put in year-to-date Feud of Wages, year-to-date Suit of Wages, so I know how much I have earned up until this point. I'm going to have year-to-date, or no, current Feud of Wages and current Suit of Wages. And then my last 2 columns are going to be the actual tax, like we were doing over here, where we put Feud of Payable and Suit of Payable. I'm going to put a little reminder here. My Feud of Wages year to date cannot exceed 7,000. I'm going to wrap that text so it shows up just in that column. I'm going to put here that my year to date cannot exceed 9,500, and wrap this one as well. And then I'm going to simply come back over here, highlight this entire area so I don't have to retype it, and just make a few little changes. I'm going to hit Control C. So hit Control C at the same time, and should look like this. And then come over here and let's drop it right here below. And I'm just going to hit Enter. So again, I just went over here, I highlighted this, and I hit Control C at the same time. And then I come over here and I want to paste it, so I just hit Enter. And then step 1 is year to date, current is year to date plus current, and then we'll put FUTA/SUTA more than 7,000/9,500, depending on which one we're using. FUTA, you look at the 7, the SUTA, we look at the 9,500. If yes, go to step 2. If not, use the full FUTA/SUTA wage. If we need to come down, then we'll take the FUTA/SUTA cap minus our year-to-date FUTA/SUTA wages, and that equals our FUTA/SUTA wages, taxable. Okay, this will come in and it'll be more familiar as we get into more problems. I think you'll be able to see that more clearly. I know it's kind of confusing right now. Our year-to-date FUTA wages. All we're going to do for this guy here is we're going to simply equals my Fed wages. It's going to equal my year-to-date Fed wages. But knowing that I can't exceed 7,000. So once I hit 7,000, it's going to stop and I'm going to have to put in an override and just put in 7,000 for that for the rest of the year. So I'm going to do that, and it's going to be the same for my year-to-date. Oops, I don't want to, sorry. I want this to equals whatever my FUTA wages is. So now highlight this, highlight both of them, and bring them down. We're going to do pretty much the same thing for these two. My current FUTA wages is going to be by default whatever my current Fed wages are. So equals I2 unless I have to go in and do an override because we're at the cap. My SUTA is going to equal whatever this is. Actually, what I'm going to do for SUTA is I'm going to come over here and do it as well. I'm not going to put whatever the FUTA is, that's what SUTA is, because if I change this, I won't necessarily change this one. If I have to override because we hit the cap, I don't want this one to also override. So I'm going to say that this one is going to be identical to the Fed wages. So then if I go in and change, let's say I put in 60 bucks here, it's not going to then change this guy. I don't want it to change him because this guy was at the cap. All right, so now let's highlight both of these and drag them down. Finally, we put in our taxes. So our taxes are going to be, well, whatever our current wages are for FUTA, and multiply that by 0.006. Highlight that, bring it down. So now all of the cells are multiplying by 0.006. And the last one we're going to do here, we're going to put in that we have to have the pseudo rate. I'm going to wrap it. And we're going to make this yellow because this is one I have to go in and manually enter whatever the pseudo rate is. It's always going to be different. So for this, I'm going to take pseudo times my pseudo wages and then multiply by this cell with dollar signs. Dollar signs on the AC and then on the number as well. I always want it to go to that particular cell. And let's drag that down. Let's go ahead and put in a rate just so we have something. Let's say 2.5%. Oops, not 2.5. You can put 2.5 as long as you put the percent sign in there. I'm going to do it as I normally do. 0.025. And then I'm going to make this a longer decimal. Okay, we're almost done. We've got the entire payroll register done. So all of our amounts, we got to do one more thing here. We got to do totals. And it's going to be the same. So all I got to do is just go back to my net pay over here, click on it, click on that little cell, on that little square, bring it on over, and it's going to sum everything else. And I want to get these guys so they're showing full. Now, this could be confusing. Remember, this cannot exceed 7,000. That's individual per employee. Of course, the total is probably going to hit 7,000 rather quickly, especially if you have a whole bunch of employees. So this 7,000 is for each individual, not the total, just to make sure that that's clear. All right, our last step in our template for right now. I always want this to be that no matter how far I scroll down, because if I start scrolling down, it starts going away, then I am always going back up and forth like this. I don't want to have to do that. I want to lock in these cells and I want to be able to see them. And I want to be able to see these guys up here. That's what I'm worried about, the totals. So I'm going to go over here to A6. I'm going to click on A6 and then I'm going to click on review. Not review, sorry, view. Click on view. And then in the view tab, I'm going to click on freeze panes. And then I'm going to click on this guy right here, the first option, freeze panes. What it's going to do at that point, and since I put it here, it's only going to freeze these guys. So when I start scrolling down, it's going to always leave cells 1 through 5 visible for me. Everything else that is good to know, but I don't have to know it, is going to be able to scroll down. So again, I went to A6 to view, freeze panes, and then I clicked on the first option. All right, now we're ready to do our journal entries. Let's put in our journal entry number 1. Journal entry number 1 is going to be our wages expense. Remember, that's always our debit. And let's put our debit amounts. Let's start it here. Let's go over another line in my credit column. My wage expense, I always want that to be whatever my current gross wages are. So I'm going to reference that. Now, all of the rest of these are going to be my credits. And all I'm going to do is just reference, so I don't have to retype it all. I'm going to go in and hit equals, and then this cell, that's going to be a credit. And then equals this cell. And we're going to do that for all until we get to net pay. And then when I get to net pay, I don't want to hit the equals. I want to either put, just like here, I didn't hit equals for this one because I don't want it to be called current gross wages as my debit. That's not an account. That's why I made these payables. So then that's why. So when I came down here, I can just copy and paste them and reference the cells. Here, I'm either going to put cash or you can put wages payable depending on what the situation is. Now we're just going to put in the credits. We're going to put in the totals for each one of these. So for Social Security, we're just going to reference the cell M5. And we're going to do that for each of them. And I'm even going to do it for the last one, my net pay. But we're going to do a secondary check. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds here to catch up. Now, as a check out here to the side, to see if this number and if I've included everything I need to, I'm going to do what I did in that prior example that we had worked on. I'm going to say equals my wage expense and then subtract the sum of all of my credits down to other. And then when I click enter, it should equal the 133928, or else I've missed something. And it does. All right, we got one more journal entry to put in. Journal entry number 2. Please show formula for H22. Yep. This was my check. This is just me doing the exact same thing I did in the journal entry work that we did in the first half of class. Saying, all right, well, what should be my cash payment when I take my full wages and subtract out all of the taxes? And if it's right, it should match this guy here. F22. F22, all we had to do, that one was just doing the exact same thing we did for each one of these. All I did is equals T5 equals U5 equals the net pay, V5. So the 1339 checked with what my journal entry needed to be anyway. So now my total debits, if I would add these all up, all of my credits equal 2,100, which shows here as a little, it sums it up for you. And that's what my total debits are. All right, our payroll tax expense. That's our debit is going to be whatever these 4 items are. Even though we don't even have them filled in yet, you could go ahead and do the formula now, because I know that there's going to be a potential of 4 items there. And whatever those total up is going to be what my payroll tax expense is. So right now, obviously, it's 0 because I don't have anything in there. So if we remember the 4 things that go into payroll tax expense, it's the Social Security and the Medicare. While we're here, we might as well go ahead and put in their totals. And then we're going to put in our 2 out here on the end, our FUTA and our SUTA. And then put in their amounts. All right, just hang tight with me for about a couple more minutes. We're going to finish up. Now, when you're doing the homework, you may want to, at this point, you may want to add another tab and then copy and paste your T accounts into there. Copy and paste that T account template, copy the whole page. Okay, Control C, and then go here to A1 and hit enter. And then all of your T accounts will put in here. And then you can start referencing all of your journal entries to update your T accounts. That's what I would do. I would put the T accounts right after your payroll register. All right, now you're going to want to save this, but before you do, let's take out all of the yellows, because those are the ones we're going to fill in. And you're going to see it's going to take everything away, because those are our primary starting points. So I'm going to take out my prior pays, because that's going to change. I'm going to take out my gross wages. I'm going to come over here and take out all of my withholdings. Take out my county rate. Take out my SUTA rate. Now everything is set to go. You can put in your, go in now at this point. You can do this now, or you can do this, you can wait a little while, do it later. I have a video set up. If you go into the class, share my screen. If you go into the class and you go into module number 1, go to learning activities. If you go into this last one, payroll register part 2, is where I go through the answers. I go through the answers to, we go back to our notes. And you go down, you got the payroll register, you got all the notes set up. what we just did all of this essentially. Here is your payroll register to practice with all the amounts that I give you and their current wages. You can put all of that in, and it shouldn't take you all that long actually, because you've done all the hard work. And then you can check all of your work against what I have in that video, or just in the answers that I have provided also. The answers are here. You go into lecture example, that's this guy. I think it's, no, it's this one. It's this one here. Answer lecture number 3. And then you can go in, actually, I think that's it. That's, that would be your main practice there to see if you've got everything set up. And then you'll be ready to do the actual homework. The homework, you go into the module for the payroll register part here. You come down here and you've got your payroll button, your payroll thing with your the scenario. You're going to fill in all those little yellow squares. It should auto-populate everything else for you. And then just to make sure you have it all done and set up correctly, you're going to go ahead and submit that file to me. So save that file as whatever you want to save it as, and then submit it inside Ivy Learn. And I'm going to go through and check everybody's to make sure you've got it all ready to go for the rest of the semester. Because if you don't have it good here, then the rest of the semester is not going to be good either. All right. I told you it's going to be a full day. Go back and review some of this. It's a lot to take in, but just note that after this class, we're going to really kind of start slowing it down. I had to get everything thrown in there so we could have something to start with. But after this, we're going to slow it down. And so hopefully it won't be too overwhelming. Let me know if you want to meet. I will be around Thursday for, to go back over some Excel things, some Excel templates. Just we'll set up a time. I won't just stay on the whole time. You can say, hey, yeah, I'd like to, let's meet up at 9 o'clock. No problem. We can do that, and others can jump in as well if you'd like. Okay, with that, let's see, any questions? All right. Yeah, no problem, Sharonda. I'm glad, hopefully this will be, you'll enjoy this and you'll get a lot out of it, especially just learning Excel. Okay, that's it. Let me know if you have any questions and email me after you do your first attempt. If you miss something and you want to check your work the second time, remember that. That is it. See you maybe Thursday. You don't have to.